Mr. Sean Daly at VO Atlanta 2016, and I'm here with Cristina Milizia, co-founder of the GVAA, the Global Voice-Acting Academy. And Cristina, can you tell me a little bit about what GVAA did here at VO Atlanta this weekend?
Well, this was our first year at VO Atlanta, so we're super excited to be here. Global Voiceacting Academy, we had several representatives here coaching, teaching act sessions, including Dan Guzza, J. Michael Collins, David Rosenthal, myself, Dan Friedman, Roy Hilkinson, many of our people were here, so it's really exciting. We're a new organization. We do online coaching, demo production, we're strategy services, marketing, brand initiative. But this year, specifically, David and I led the Youth Day.
The Youth Day. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
It was amazing. Basically, the Youth Day is an all-day, 8-hour program of voiceover for kids under 16. It's a particular program.
Is there like a minimum age limit?
You know, that's a good question for Gerald. The age range we had in there was, I think, about 6'7" to 16. And we spent the whole day working on commercial copy, character copy. We worked on toys, games, mobile game apps, and we did a radio play performance.
That sounds so awesome. Because I know when I was a kid, there just weren't any resources. I mean, basically the only way to get involved is if your parents were in some area of production or voice acting themselves. And I understand that you were actually in that sort of scenario too. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I started voiceover when I was 8 years old, and it was an accident. My mother was trying to get into voiceover. She's a professional singer, and I was just waiting in the waiting room, and they asked me to audition, and that was it. After that, I was called in regularly. I literally didn't audition for a single job until my early 20s. I was just called in for work all through school. But it was because I was bilingual and I could sing. And before online, the internet, that entire it was much harder to find voice acting. So I had no training whatsoever to play in the studio, but I wish I had, because literally I would have probably made a lot more progress. We worked on visualization, emoting, projection, emotional communication, all of the above, word emphasis, and we have a blast and we get really silly with the kids, and they were amazing, super talented.
Yeah, I mean, they're at that age where it's just, they don't really have that filter or that self-consciousness yet, and then you have this really positive role models that are like, who can be kids themselves and just be like, hey, it's all right not to lose that. Like, you can be an adult and you can still turn on the kid whenever you want, and just to have such encouragement. I know, as we get older, I feel like one of the themes here was just having permission to play again. And it's so much easier not to close that off in the first place than to have to be able to unlock it at a later time.
Exactly. The ability to improv, all of these things where we don't have permission to just, just to play, just to be silly, not to be worried about saying the right thing or doing, and you grow up, David Rosenthal talks about this a lot, you learn, okay, you can't do that here, it's too loud, you're being, you learn to be appropriate, and but if you do get that training when you're younger, when it is okay, and then it can create something beautiful. It also, I think it helps your communication later, it helps all kinds of things.
It just builds your confidence, exactly, because, whether or not these children get involved with voice acting later in life, these are skills that they can take just about anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, I do want to talk about something a little bit personal, Cristina.
Sure.
Some people already know this, but you were in an accident a few years ago. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
I was in a really terrible snowboarding accident 6 years ago now, and it was a very long rehab, and I won't bore you with all the medical details, but it took a long time to find what was actually wrong with my spine, and in the process I got very sick, and I actually had to do voiceover because it was the only thing I could do. I couldn't physically do any other part-time job. While I had done voiceover before, it had always been part-time. Because going full-time is very scary. I think to all voice actors, there's a lot of people who just do it part-time. But it actually got to the point where I had no other option. I physically couldn't stand for long periods of time. I couldn't type at all. I would get very tired. I was very thin, very low energy, and voiceover was all I had left, and I just took it like, wow, okay, this is what I got, so I'm going to pursue my dream, which was animation. I've been doing voiceover for a long time for toys, games, video games, but not animation because that's more specific to LA, although that is changing a little bit, but it is mostly in LA still. So I was like, okay, I don't know how long I'm going to be around, so I'm just going to go to LA and just give this a shot.
Exactly, and that speaks so highly of, like, whether you realize it or not, it just speaks so much to your own strength. And I don't know if you've ever tried doing animation voice acting, but it's some of the most physically taxing it is. So it's amazing that you were at, like, what you said, a very, like, moment of weakness in respect, but you were still able to pull so much creatively and physically.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I would get really hungry though afterwards.
I can imagine. And it's just so encouraging to. I saw several people here who might have had a physical disability, who might have been an amputee, or might have any other, I know there are a number of people, like blind people, deaf people, who might want to get involved with this, and they think that that's an obstacle. But it's just so reassuring to hear this is something that they can still do as long as they find ways around it and they don't lose that passion.
Absolutely. I mean, I think voiceover was such a, I mean, it was nice that it had been part of my life before, but it really became clear to me, wow, okay, this is what I thought my life path was, but sometimes life just tells you, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. And it can be terrifying, but yeah, you don't have to be in perfect physical condition. It also doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, aside from physical anything, knowing that you don't have those limitations. I've been to a session where I had to get dropped off in a wheelchair before, and it was, it's hard, but at the end of the day, you sound amazing, that's what matters.
And you found a way, like you worked through it, you pushed past it, and one thing, it's also kind of, it's almost like you don't have an excuse not to. If this is something that you want to do, you either do it or you find excuses not to.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think the cool thing about people that do have a challenge of some kind, and that can be any kind of challenge, it's not necessarily a physical one, but sometimes when it's something really debilitating physically, or when you're facing death in some way, where you're like, wow, you decide what's really important to me in my life. What am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And so, I think when you have that choice, all of a sudden you're like, this is what I want. And it makes you chase it that much harder because you have so much clarity about who you want to surround yourself with, the kind of energy you want. And also, if you are battling anything physical, it's so taxing in terms of the drain on your body, on your energy, the pain, the people around you needing to support you through it, that you need to have positive people around you in order to move forward. And so I think that can be very empowering. Choose. This is the life.
Exactly, and it's just, you're right. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be any number of limitations. It could be personal loss. It could be financial issues.
Absolutely.
But if you have that focus and if you have that support, which it sounds like was very crucial to your own success, and I know in mine as well. But the sky is the limit. There are no limitations except for taking care of yourself. So.
No, I would say, if there's something you want, decide, and then go out there and surround yourself with the people that are going to help inspire you and that are going to love and support you. I mean, life is so short and fleeting, and it just goes by so quickly. Spend your time doing something you care about, and then don't waste your time with people that are going to be draining.
That it can prevent you from doing it.
Yeah, exactly, because it's just, in the end, this is your life, and it's going to be over. So might as well be happy.
Well, thank you so much, Cristina. It is so fabulous to finally meet you. And how can people get in touch with you, or how can they get involved with the GVAA, whether or not they just have questions about it, or they actually want to pursue coaching with you guys?
We are completely in the cloud, and a lot of people get confused about that. We actually do all online coaching, and we don't do just large webinars, we do small group classes, all via Zoom. So like 5, 6 people, so we have a lot of one-on-one time. We do one-on-one coaching as well. We have some of the best coaches in the United States and actually across the world, including Joyce Castellanos, Elaine Clark, David Rosenthal, J. Collins, Dan Friedman, Roy Gilpison, Anne Ganguza. I'm sure I'm even forgetting more amazing people. But we continue to grow, and we're thrilled. We have a website, which is globalvoiceacademy.com, and people can find us there very easily. And all of our emails and around the contact us page. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, I want a hug.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
That's all. My pleasure. So this is Cristina Milizia from the Global Voiceacting Academy. I'm Sean Daly, and we are at VO Atlanta getting elevated. So take it easy, everybody. Elevate yourself.